I'm Mary Going. I am the founder and CEO of St. Harridan. We make men's clothes for women. Why? Because there's the men's department and the women's department and nothing in between, except billions of dollars. I went to high school with around 3,000 people. When I looked around me, there were only a couple of people like me. And so I didn't dress like this. I dressed like everybody else, like a girl. But when I look around now, I have the internet. I don't have 3,000 people. I have 3 billion people who use the internet. And I have found thousands and thousands and thousands of people like me who validate me and inspire me to dress like I'm dressing now. In that same high school, there were a couple of boys who wanted to wear fingernail polish, or girls who wanted to wear part combat boots, part skirt, part suit. St. Harridan is our first label. We are at about a $500,000 run rate. In 2 months, we are going to launch 4 more labels. I believe the future of fashion is about small niche communities who are finding each other through the internet. So, if you want a piece of these billions of dollars, suit up and come talk to me.
All right, Mary Going. Thank you.
Do we do questions or is that it?
We are just going to do quick pitches. But great run rate, $500,000 run rate?
$500,000.
All right, congrats, Mary. Okay, next, Angela Eichner and Benjamin Coe from NPM.
Hello.
I'll take yours. Hey, so what's NPM? Well, NPM is the package manager for JavaScript. And what does that mean exactly? Well, if you opened up a web browser today, you were probably using NPM. JavaScript's everywhere. It's taking off like a rocket ship. In fact, it's actually on rocket ships. There's Node.js on satellites, which is really cool. So where does this grow from? Well, this comes from a passion project of our founder, Isaac. And he asked 2 questions, basically. What if I made it really easy for people to publish their code and share it with other people, which was much harder with previous systems? And secondly, what if I encourage people to rate this code as these little individual building blocks that the whole is better than each individual piece? Turns out this philosophy works. And on NPM now, there are over 3.5 million people a month installing 4 billion packages. The numbers are nuts. So NPM Inc., the company, is founded to help better serve this huge and growing community.
And NPM's facilitation of open source has empowered the crowdsourcing of development to benefit teams across every industry. So we've also helped companies bring this open source workflow behind the firewall. Some of our customers include Hillary for America, Intuit, Blizzard, Visa, and the list goes on and on. Imagine building a project and having access to over 280,000 pre-built pieces of code, with more being added every day. Well, that's the idea behind NPM, and it's helped organizations like Open Oakland, Code for America, and eHealth Africa get off the ground. So with more and more developers using NPM, we are very behind this open source community practices and bringing that across all areas. And it's our passion, and we're building our business around it. Thank you.
Use that one at the podium.
No? Okay. That I wanted to mention that they do get a bottle of bread and butter wine as well, but I missed that. So, okay. I'll be sure that the next one gets a bottle. So coming up next, Kalima Preforce from Kino.
So imagine you're a high potential, low opportunity young person, and you just don't happen to share the same zip code as Facebook or Google. How are you going to be the next engineer? How are you going to be the next scientist? How are you going to build a cell phone tower in your backyard so that the FCC can complain that you're lowering the cost of the mobile communication system? Hackers. My name is Kalima Preforce, and we're the Disney for inclusive innovation, Kino Labs. And we do that through our space camp for teen hackers. We gather kids from New Orleans, Brooklyn, where I'm from, Oakland, San Francisco, all around to participate in a 3-day hackathon school. But it's not just any other hackathon. I mean, these kids are brilliant, they're amazing, they're diverse. We've done hackathons from Black Belt Achievement and My Brother's Keeper with the White House to the recent one for Native American youth in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And it's been amazing because Prince, who recently passed away, he had the foresight to invest in us. And so we did a hackathon for him at the Essence Festival in New Orleans. Kids, well, poverty. Poverty is not desolation or even deprivation. Poverty is isolation. So what we do in terms of building schools that teach kids to build apps is great, but the first thing we teach our kids is to hack their isolation. Not just their isolation, but yours. Thank you.
Thanks, Kalima. Okay, so next is B. Byrne from Clef.
Good afternoon, Vator Splash. My name is B, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Clef, which is a replacement for usernames and passwords. With Clef, we turn your phone into a key card for the web. So all you have to do is walk up to any computer in the world, hold your phone up to the screen, and you're instantly logged in. There's nothing to remember or type. It's so easy to use, and in the background, we're protecting every login with cryptography. So Clef is also the safest form of two-factor authentication on the market. The New York Times described logging in as magical, and we've grown to power logins on more than 200,000 websites, as well as protecting more than $100 million in transactions a week. All of this started as research, because in the last decade, security research has shifted from focusing on the technical or the sort of theoretical security, and is instead focusing on the practical and the actual security. And what we know now is that when a tool is complicated, when it's hard to use, when it's frustrating, users make mistakes and they put their accounts at risk. And so what we used to think of as the cost of good security, that extra burden, we now know is actually making accounts less safe. And that what it really takes to do good security is making things easy and simple. If we want to keep building products for the web that are important and robust, we also need to be building tools to protect the users of those products. And that's why I'm so excited about what we're doing at Clef. Because what we do enables everything that's happening digitally. And it also lowers the educational barrier for digital access. As one of the Oakland Rising Stars, we're incredibly proud to be based here in Oakland. And we're hiring. So if you're based in Oakland, or if you want to be working in Oakland, great job with awesome people. Go look up getclef.com/jobs, or come talk to me after I walk off stage. Also, if you're a venture capitalist, we should also talk. But what I want you all to know is if the next time you forget a password, and you're sitting there frustrated, I just want you to remember that we're working on it, and something better is coming soon. Thank you.
Thanks, B. And all the venture capitalists are in room A, I think. Let's see, okay, Ego, Ferrer, Angeloop.
Thanks, guys. Angeloop is developing an underlying infrastructure for the entire global early-stage equity industry. We're scaling our platform to include every entrepreneur and their stakeholders so that they can communicate in a collaborative and effortless environment. The current entrepreneurial infrastructure, to me at least, it's antiquated, and the tools that both founders and their investors use are disjointed. The value that entrepreneurs, or at least second-time founders, get out of communicating with their investors, they know the value that they bring when they actively engage their investors, and they know the amount of help that these investors actually give them. But the tools that they use, again, they're old school and mostly rely on spreadsheets and emails. While on the investor side, just the same. Investors manage their portfolios on spreadsheets, and they require these very infrequent updates that they receive from their portfolio companies to update their spreadsheets. Angeloop is a multi-sided platform. We offer value-added tools to both the investor and the startup. Our startups use our business intelligence tools to manage their investors in a much more data-rich environment. They plug and play with third-party apps, and we pull the data and just build really neat dashboards for them. They use our cap table tool to onboard their growing investor pool, and they can communicate with these folks in a very secure environment. On the other side, you got the investors who now have access to a portfolio tracking tool that stays up to date every time the company does a round. They go and update their cap table, and now that data is being displayed on the investor side. So Angeloop helps both sides collaborate and communicate in a very data-rich environment and help one another scale. Thank you.
Thanks, Igor. Thanks so much. I do want to say that these 5 were selected not just by Vator, but by the City of Oakland, Visit Oakland, and the Oakland Chamber of Commerce. So all 4 of us had to agree which 5 we wanted to represent Oakland. So I hope you enjoyed that. Now it's time to also bring up, this is called our partner session. SAP Startup Focus Program has been an important partner to us since the start of the year, really, but they have just started an accelerator program. It's great for enterprise-focused startups. They're also doing something for female entrepreneurs, by the way, so any female founders focused on the enterprise, I know you're out there. They are looking to highlight some of them on June 7th. So it's a great program. It's a great way to access 300,000 SAP customers. They don't take any equity from your company, but they do give you a lot of training and a lot of introductions. So for an accelerator program, I think it's top notch. So I wanted to bring out Mark Noronha. He is the head of startup engagement for the SAP Startup Focus Program, as well as Ian Nazzari. He's CEO of Huru Systems, who's actually from Brazil, I heard. And he's a success story for SAP, and I wanted them to share some of their stories. Thank you.
Thanks, Bambi. Folks, first of all, thank you for being here. SAP does a lot of work with smart cities, and I think innovative cities are the core of that, so it's lovely to see what's happening here in Oakland. One of the things you might not know is that SAP does a lot of work with startups. The Startup Focus Program is targeted to help startups that are building solutions for the enterprise, for our customers. Since Bambi's done such a wonderful introduction for the program, we thought that instead of us giving you a spiel, we'd bring out one of the startups that's actually successfully been through the program, one of you, to share their experiences. So with that said, I'd like to introduce Ian Nazzari. He's the CEO of Huru Systems, which is a really interesting IoT startup, to share with you what his experience has been as part of this program. Over to you, Ian.
Thanks, Mark. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is Ian Nazzari, and as president of Huru Systems, my focus for the last 3 years has actually been to solve a very big problem in the utility industry. Worldwide, the theft of electricity is about a $100 billion industry problem. As an enterprise solution, it is very important today in the collaborative environment and actually the sort of the paradigm that's happening worldwide to actually look for the right partner for the right location that you're trying to go to. I will encourage every single enterprise company, startup that's here, to really take a look at what I'm going to be talking about today. I have worked in over 45 countries all over the world for the last 25 years with electric companies. And in the development of this software, I came into the knowledge of SAP. How did I come into the knowledge of SAP? Very simple. In over the 45 countries that I was at, the enterprise software that attended the customers in every single utility, in every single country that I was at, was SAP. More importantly, as we researched the market, we claim to customers that we are actually actively going after, and they said, Ian, we really would like you to look into the SAP solution and partner with them some way to come in and actually help us with our problems. Exactly December 2nd, we started working with a startup focus group. We were introduced to them by SAP partners in Brazil who said, Ian, look at your enterprise software and see how you can partner with SAP. I started with Mark, and a roadmap was created that was the evaluation of the platform that we created. This evaluation went through a process of what they call the HANA validation process, where you validate your software. After validation of which, two things happen. You have immediate access to market. I can't even explain to you how powerful that is. I can sit here and tell you everything that we do, but if you have a valid enterprise software solution that is cloud-based, it is imperative that you talk to SAP. Because if you're a startup and you do not have scalability, and you have an amazing product that you need immediately access, you need to take this, gift. Because what SAP Startup Focus is catapulting you into the world. That's exactly what they're doing to me. Next week, I'm actually going to be attending as part of 18 Startup Focus startups. I'm going to be going to the world's largest conference in Florida for Startup Focus, and I will have direct contact with end customers and the actual partners that actually have access to those partners to make sure that my product is going to be shown. Gentlemen, December, and we're now here, and I'm going to customers next week. I cannot tell you how powerful this is. And if you know anybody in the enterprise network that is cloud-based, that needs access, and needs to catapult, and needs to project themselves worldwide, this is a gentleman you need to contact. And that is all I can tell you. That is the most wonderful experience that I've had in my 20 years experience of working with electric companies worldwide. And I want to take this very quick moment to thank you, Mark.
Very welcome, Ian. Thank you.
Thank you all. Have a great day.
Thanks so much.